This is 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 5. I'm going to start at verse 4. In the name of our Lord Yahweh Mashiach, when ye are gathered together, and my spirit with the power of our Lord Yahweh Mashiach, to deliver such a one unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord Yahweh Shah. Your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us. Verse 8. Therefore let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory. Kol halal la Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Arachakados Wakatham. To honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwatini Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing to end the video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the heathen, looking like the heathen but subscribing to this truth. To you I say Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church, fellow servant, coming at you with a spirit, Salaki, coming at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And through the spirit, I want to do this lesson. You know, we're just getting over the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Passover was on the 7th, and then, you know, immediately the next day, the Feast of Unleavened Bread starts. And then it lasts up until that following Saturday. So it ended on the 14th. Basically, I was doing, you know, I tend to do a lot of series because I read out a lot of books and, you know, just different information that is hidden in plain sight, you know, to bring out about what Esau has planned, some of his technologies, whatnot. And I was reading out of a book about DARPA, the Pentagon's brain. And basically, I kind of like veered off onto another subject because of the fact that, you know, we have personal testimonies. We all, when you're in this truth, you're constantly going through something. And, you know, like I was just listening to a brother today from Chicago camp, and he was talking about his work schedule went from 40 hours to one day just based on his corona. And through that, he still praised the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. He said, call Lord, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you ain't in this thing to see the end of, you know, it's the spirit, because we got a group chat and one of the heads was saying how, you know, you don't halfway rob a bank. You know, you do it all or you don't do it at all, you know what I mean? So anybody's in this thing that's having second guesses, you was never really in this thing. I was just looking at how spiritual it really truly is, because the simple fact is, I was listening to the elder Yashawamba from Dallas. He made a statement about, because, you know, sometimes people get over righteous, you know, as far as like, what's all got yeast? Yeah, you could drive yourself crazy like that. You know, we got a young, diligent brother in the camp, and he was kind of stressing himself out. And, you know, like I said, I make sure I didn't consume any bread. And as far as, you know, like I remember one year, I wasn't even in the household, but my children were, so I called myself, you know, emptying out all the yeast. But I paid her for it, and somebody told me that I was being a little bit too overrighteous. I was saying that to say this, because like I said, I noticed in the midst of the Feast of Unleavened Bread that I was finding things in the house that actually had yeast in it. You know, vinegar has yeast, and, you know, I got rid of my vinegar, but we had ketchup, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just, it's not as simple as you think, like Elder Apostle Tar. I didn't have a whole bunch of yeast, products with yeast, but, you know, it were some. anyhow, but Elder Yashawamba made a statement. He said, "Don't be so concerned about the physical yeast and be more concerned about your spiritual yeast." And basically, like my demon, like when I came into the truth, I met a woman, and I didn't know anything about, everybody like knew about a Bible, but I mean, I never really read the stories. I never really had any understanding. I knew a certain, like certain people named, of course, King David, whatnot, Solomon, but as far as like, as what kind of knowledge I have today, as opposed to when I first was like coming into the knowledge, I came across this woman that basically, the Lord put me on the path to learn the truth, but he also allowed Satan to put this demon on this woman in my life. And I've heard brothers make mention of this. Even Elder Apostle Gabar made mention of a brother that was in the truth that fell out because he got a woman pregnant. But he said he felt he was sincere because he realized, and he tried to basically made a personal testimony video, and he basically was trying to come back and do the work, which is a beautiful thing. But I understand that now. Like, the Satan has a whole different bunch of roadblocks and ways that he's going to try and hinder you from doing the truth. And she was mine. Um, you know, it's easier. That's why I get why they say, if you don't have children or you don't have a woman in this thing, don't go seeking for one. If you can get one that's willing to, like when you need to relieve, that man stress, that's one thing. But to try and like juggle a woman and juggle the truth is totally different. You know what I mean? Like I get that now. That was on my spirit, and for like the past 5 years, I've been chasing this woman. I mean, truly, recently, last year, she took my children and ran to California. So, eventually I started speaking to her again. I would send her money, and we set it up where I would go out there and visit her. When I got out there to visit her, I only planned to stay a week because I was in the process of starting the job I have now. I came back, and around the time when I went around the time when I was coming back is when the time they start shutting out the power out there, that PPG or whatever the power company out there. And she came back a week later, brought my kids back, so I had to scramble, get a place or whatnot. I'm saying all to say this. That really stuck with me. I purged my spiritual leaven because she was my spiritual leaven. And I always knew that, you know what I mean? I always knew it, but at the same time, love of the children, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, like I prayed to the Lord. I said, put a certain kind of spirit on me. And he put a certain kind of spirit on me to go ahead and like, I was like, finally, fuck it. Like, you can leave, you know what I mean? And of course, she's an honorary, ignorant woman. She talking shit on top of it. But it was like, because I mean, I never wanted her anymore, you know what I mean? She showed me that it wasn't any love. But, for the sake of my children, I tolerated certain shit. But I really realized, I was like, I can't do this because, and to show you how crazy, not crazy, but how spiritual, how cold the Most High is. Like this woman knows about like the New World Order and, certain bloodline families and like how much power they have. But she's watching them literally shut shit down and the corona and all that. But then she got to talking about how we're just starting panic. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I was like, wow. Then I'm like, of course, trust me, ain't nobody saying to stock up like these white people do, to fill every cupboard with food or canned goods. I was never saying that. What I was telling her is, because if you're in the truth, you should be already aware about how the supply chain works and like how grocery stores only have so many days worth of food. You see that around the first of the month. You see that when it comes to like first of the month at certain little grocery stores in the hood where they'll you know by the second they might have ran through everything. Certain places like Aldi's get stocked every day. You know what I mean? But for the most part, they only have so many days worth of food. You know, like I was just at a Family Dollar today. I went in there. You know, I saw Family Dollar sell some food items as well. They were kind of low on a lot of little shit. You know what I mean? But that's what people were saying too. Like in Cleveland, we have a west and the east. Of course, mostly Issachar and Ephraim stay on the west, along with Esau, and Jake stays on the east. Well, most of the spots on the west is kind of lightweight, run out of food, while more so the spots on the east are still, you know, they still got stuff. But Esau will travel to the east to buy Jake shit when it come time to it. But saying that to say this, you know, the time we coming in is a time like never before. Like I was listening to the brother from GMS, Kansas City, and he was saying he'd been in the truth for like 8 years, since 2011, so 9 years rather. And he said how he's never experienced anything like this. Like, you know, you got Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Malcolm, and certain men, you know, they just ready, you know what I mean? And rightly so, because you can see that they're systematically shutting this shit down. You don't know what's about to happen. It's lucky. I just refuse. I was like, I mean, you know, she's already rebellious and not listening to me. I said, shit, I refuse to be stuck with this woman. You know what I mean? While the world is, you know what I mean? You know, like, you know, we locked down. We can't stand one another. On top of the fact, these people start. What if? I mean, we don't know how the scenario may go, but you know, I know this. I'm not naive. I make videos, and they have us on film. They know that I go out there on the corner. Like one of the brothers just put a ad. I mean, it's like a news article up. It's saying how Trump declared. You know, they were saying gatherings of 100 people or a certain amount, 50 people. He said 10 people or more. That's considered too many. Now we're in camps. The smallest camp, you know what I'm saying? So we at a camp of more than 10 people. So let it be, we're at camp. They can come fucking with us. So, I mean, you know, it begins, you know. At the end of the day, I said, I mean, I'm not naive. I know we're being filmed, we're being watched. So I think it was all through the spirit anyway. You know what I mean? Like, she's relying on me to pay the rent. I don't know what tomorrow gonna bring. And I'm 10 toes in now. You know, I can't turn back. Not even if I wanted to. Not for my children's sake or you know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. You know what I mean? Because I refuse to do it. I mean, like I said, to have this bitch just sit up there disrespecting me. You know what I mean? Like, this is not living. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna hold on to what I believe, as opposed to trying to hold on to, you know, this wicked ass piece of shit ass world that suck for real. Like this shit suck. You know what I mean? Like a moment of pain lasts for the moment, but you know, glory is gonna be forever. But basically, the point of this lesson is to purge out all that, you know, your spiritual leaven. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's one thing the physical, but people, if you got anything that's holding you or anchoring you to this world, you know what I mean? And I know my spiritual leaven was my children. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a problem when it comes time when they implement this. Like the brother had asked when we had held a little feast for the unleavened bread, he asked, was we ready? And I said, you know, I said, for the most part, I believe so. But then I brought up the spiritual leaven then. And, you know, nobody, I guess, kind of understood what I'm saying. But at that time, I realized what my spiritual leaven was, you know. So, like I said, and shortly after, I mean, you know, that was like Tuesday. And Friday is when I put her out. You know what I mean? Well, let her tell us she won't admit I put her out. She said she been put out better places. You know what I mean? Mind you, this bitch to put me out, sent me to jail, everything. But I want you to, I mean, so that's the point of this lesson. Because, you know what I'm saying? Once you become ingrained in this truth, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're supposed to become a new creature. You're not supposed to be holding on to the old things. Uh, this is the words. The words purge. This is just a simple Google definition. It says a verb. Rid someone or something of an unwanted quality. condition, or feeling. 2, remove a group of people considered undesirable from. So basically, it's to rid someone or something of an unwanted quality or condition or feeling. So, like I said, because you got to remember that 11, basically, if you got some spiritual leaven, that can grow, that can bring about sin. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it's something in there that could cause you to sin, and I don't care how small it is, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go into anybody else's scenarios. My biggest thing was, I mean, like, we all sin. You know what I mean? Ain't no righteous man on this earth. We constantly speak on that. I know I sin, but I might not sin the ways that some of the other brothers in the camp do. I mean, like, I know I went off a lot dealing with this woman. And like I said, just through the spirit, I'm glad the Most High worked with me to let me recognize, like, no, I'm not going to sacrifice all I worked for this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, bear with me for a second. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5. I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at verse 13. For whether we be besides ourselves, it is to Yahweh, or whether we be sober, it is for your cause. For the love of Christ constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead, and that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again. Verse 16, wherefore henceforth know no man after the flesh. Yea, though we have known Christ after the flesh, yet now henceforth know we him no more. Wherefore any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. And at the end of the day, once you become in this truth, when you come in this truth and you're cleansed, because like I said, that's the real way you're going to get cleansed, by coming to this truth. When you come to this truth, you're going to get cleansed. You're going to start to look at the shit that you was doing in the world. You're going to that's how you know how powerful these scriptures is, how powerful this book is. You know what I mean? And then you're going to start wanting to, you know, keep the law. You're gonna strive to keep the law. You're gonna keep yourself. You're gonna start changing up who you hang around, the things you do, all that. You know what I mean? So, like I say, but if you're holding on to something of the past, you know what I mean? Like, she would get me, and I'm gonna tell you how strong a demon it was. No flex, no joke. I mean, we done seen demons out and about. I know how to pray against demons when we on the line, when I've been on the bus, when I've been on the rapid. But whenever I dealt with this bitch, I could never pray. I will always become carnal. Always, every time. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily got to put my hands on her, even though she'll make you, like, get you to go there low. It's like I said, like, it's just like, she just like, especially with me though, like I said, like, I mean, like, and I ain't about to go into too much detail. It's just like, I mean, that's how you know. And I was literally like, she made a statement though. You know, that's why, like I said, it's perfect timing for it. Like I said, that's how I know it was all spiritual, regardless. But you know, she made a statement how she was getting over on me. And I'm looking like, damn, for real. I'm like, so if you feel you was getting over, how was you bitching though? You know what I mean? Like, that don't make no sense. And she just looked stupid. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I just know this. I don't know what I'd have did to be in a house. Say for instance, we locked down and this bitch over here already, like, she was already like bitching and I'm giving her motherfucking money. So just imagine now you locked down, we can't get to the baby. One of our babies drink fucking pro. I mean, this bitch wasn't even attempting to try to stock on. I ain't saying get 20 cases of water, but she ain't attempt to try to get one. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I mean, I don't know. She was just really that gone, or because I think she just was taking it for granted, like, oh, she like the average nigga, you know what I mean? It's been going along this much, and you know what I mean? But they there's places where they're literally then locked down. I keep telling people this shit. And the beautiful part about it is, like, I've been out of work since like last Tuesday. I went back to work today. These dumbass motherfuckers making stupid ass jokes. Some niggas talk about I got the corona. The one dude come in, he say, oh, I heard you had the corona. I say, huh? So I wait till after we done started, and one of the guys come check on me. He like, you all right? I'm like, yeah. So I stop him, and I go by the guy that asked me the same stupid ass shit. And I say, man, they say I got the corona. So he started laughing. I say, this dumbass nigga, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck I'm gonna have corona and I'm out here at the job. If I got corona, they wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would have never let me come back to work. The fuck is you talking about? Like, I mean, but whatever, man. Like, you niggas is like, do you even take time to think before you saying shit? But if you pay attention to how it's beautiful in the way how the Most High fucked everything up. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers is scared. You know what I'm saying? Look how they done broke down all the bread and circus. And the beautiful part is, motherfuckers like to be distracted with drugs or partying or going to the bar and shit like that. Ain't none of that now. You know what I'm saying? All that shit shut down. Like, you don't even realize how these motherfuckers talking about they gotta inject $700 billion into the fucking economy to keep this shit going. How the fuck you gonna keep this? You can't keep this going. So lock it. Like I said, it's a time to purge this fucking any kind of spiritual leaven you got, because we about to come into some rough times. If you can't see it, the Lord ain't dealing with you, but it's coming. You know what I mean? Because it's a fiery trial coming for all of us, for real. Like I said, like we all, you know what I'm saying? What it said, the time that's going to try the whole earth. Bear with me for a second. So like it. Yeah, it's in the book of Revelations. This is Revelations chapter 3. Verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. So at the end of the day, like I said, we're basically like hoping. That's why, like, I purged myself of my spiritual leaven, because at the end of the day, I could see that time approaching, that, that's going to try the whole earth. I mean, do you know how scared people are? I had a dude literally, when I went to the store today before I came here to this little apartment, a dude literally, I don't know this dude from a can of paint. I'm walking to go get in line. A dude just out the blue come up out of nowhere like, yeah, that corona shit just some bullshit, huh? I'm like, what? I had to laugh at him, right? I'm like, huh? Then I'm like, I don't know. So then, because that's what I'm saying. That's how you know people are scared. They want you to lightweight tell them what they want to hear. So I told him some other shit. I told him, I'm like, I don't know. You can't trust, these Edomites and, their government and whatnot. But at the same, he's like, yeah. But I'm like, but at the same time, that what's that black guy name? And I'm fucking with him. I know his name. But I'm like, the guy that made that one movie with the bitch Gabrielle Union when he had all the babies. He like, when he had the 3 little daughters, he like, dad's little girls. He talking about that little foreign dude. I'm like, yeah, he got it. You heard? He like, no, he all sick with it and shit. So, like, these people really scared. You get what I'm saying? Like, and rightly so. You know what I mean? Like, we've been sitting up here telling you dumbass people over and over, like, the fuck. Look at this place, man. This place, I hear they just now they added pedophile to the LGBTQ shit. So now it's not only lesbians, gays, transgenders, but pedophiles too. You think the Most High gonna bless a place like this? The fuck is you talking about, man? Like, I mean, man. And then on top of it, look at this shit. They about to just release a whole bunch of fucking inmates. Now, mind you, all the times I was in that bitch, they didn't release it, but now they gonna release. And the crazy part is, you got innocent people in there, but they gon' the Most High allowing Satan. It's probably some motherfuckers that really did some foul shit. You know what I'm saying? They probably ain't got enough evidence. Well, I mean, it's multiple reasons why they doing that. But I also always heard they say at certain times they release certain people, and I can believe that. You know what I mean? Like, to keep certain crimes going, they might release a motherfucker that was doing all the robberies, or you know what I mean? Because you got certain generations where certain crimes is going on. You had certain generations that was just dope boys. You got some niggas that was just stick up kid. Man, this shit gonna be hectic for real. Like, and they not fucking ready. So yeah, I released or got rid of my spiritual. I don't need no fucking baggage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my children, but at the same time, this bitch I'd have been trying to tell her to tell the kids. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even discipline the fucking kids. I tell them one thing, she'll go back and, you know what I mean? It's just like all this extra shit. It was too hard to even be a fucking parent. You know what I mean? The fuck, I say I'm gonna buy them something. I need you to go pick out the clothes or what size they wear. It'd take me a fucking month to get the sizes out of her. And then when I'm like, well, just why don't you go pick? Because, I mean, you know, I'm doing 50 fucking things. It ain't I'm trying to court you or hang out with your dumb ass. I'm trying to motherfucking keep my little sanity. You ain't doing shit. Go and pick this shit out. Man, just, like, it was so fucking hard to do anything with this woman. So, I mean, like I said, and I told her something too, which is the coldest part. I remember when we first started getting into it, I said, you know, my lot is one thing, your lot is one thing. Your lot is probably to be, you know, around with all them kids when the end of the world come. And I don't know if I prophesied that to her or not, but if that's her fate, I mean, like I say, because I don't know why she think God is so much with her. I mean, if you'd have heard some of the shit this bitch saying, let her tell her she got a whole nother nigga. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, and you think God gonna protect your dumb ass? You know what God say do to a bitch that's cheating on her man? You supposed to stone that bitch. Salakia, I'm gonna end, because like I say, I'm gonna end the lesson with this. The reason why you need to purge yourself of the spiritual leaven is because we coming into some serious ass times, and anything that's gonna keep you from being, because you gotta actually like know when to follow the spirit too. You know what I mean? Like, the spirit might be telling you to stop, go, anything, and if you not focused on the spirit, that can be your ass and get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. This is First Peter's chapter. I'm gonna start at verse 5. Who are kept by the power of Yahweh through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. Salakia. I'm gonna start up. Bear with me for a second. Salakia. Start at verse 3. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It said, elect according to the foreknowledge of Yahweh the Father through sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Grace unto you and peace be multiplied. Blessed be the power and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yahweh Shah Mashiach from the dead. Meaning, he allowed us to come back. And that's what I was saying. You know, you came back and now you're a new creature. You know, them old sins are gone away. You know what I mean? You know, that's why you pray for repentance. You know what I'm saying? You are forgiven. Blessed be the power of our, well, Salaki, I read that already, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you. Verse 5, who are kept by the power of Yahweh through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. And that's what we holding on to, because like I said, that's what, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, with what's coming, with what I've read, what I know, what, you know what I mean, what this Edomite has planned and in store for you. You know what I'm saying? I can't save myself. You know what I'm saying? I have enough faith because, like I said, me trying to hold on, doing it my way, keeping her here and around me, constantly arguing, fucking up my energy, my spirit, depressing me. You know what I mean? Like I mean, like I said, with the way that this shit going, if they and I told her that, I said, shit, if we lock down, you know how miserable that shit gonna be. And then, like I said, you don't know how they gonna do it if they don't have drones, fucking, you know what I mean? In Italy, they policing the streets through drones. That's how they making sure you not fucking outside. But if Trump went as went as far as to say 10 people gathered, like, you know how ridiculous that is? When this shit ain't even that serious, though. You got doctors that's sitting up here literally saying that they media is blowing this out of proportion. So what is their agenda behind this? Yeah, because they about to implement. They literally done told you, and they media is a fucking weapon in itself. They literally made Lysol rich as fuck as well as sanitizer. Like, dude, fucking just sitting up there and not just show you how people are sheeple. You know what I'm saying? Like the one brother from London made the statement. He said, "Why the fuck you got people that them got like 20 cases of fucking toilet tissue?" And he said, "I guarantee you, if you ask that person why they get that much toilet tissue, I mean, like how many people in their family, how often do they use the bathroom? They not gonna be able to answer to you why they bought that much fucking toilet paper." Because out of panic, they just bought that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't telling her to buy shit. First of all, she don't buy shit. I give her the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm telling her, my car's down. She has a daughter that drives. My thing wasn't to tell her to fucking go stock up on a lot of shit. It's you got people panic buying, and when you need it, like I got a feeling what her dumb ass needed now, because she wouldn't go shop. I'm like, why don't you go shop? As opposed you trying to go shop every 2 days, which is dumb. You know what I mean? When you don't know, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know where the fuck we gonna be at in 2 days. Salakia though. It says, who are kept by the power of Yahweh through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time. This is the last time. You know what I'm saying? All the signs pointing to what all's going on, you know what I mean? Like this shit, it don't look like this shit don't look too good for you know what I mean? Like it really don't, you know what I'm saying? You got this is the same year that this guy Elon Musk motherfucking just out the blue talking about this. I mean, well, not out the blue. He said that he is ready to implement this Neuralink shit. You got Bill Gates, Microsoft just stepped down. So why do you think this man stepped down? Why he gonna give up all that money, being the head of this powerful ass corporation, Microsoft, that has his hand on? Basically, I'm talking about all around the world. This is a cemented power. Why would he step down? This is the same man that's all about fucking eugenics and fucking, you know what I mean? Always trying to, I mean, he been trying to depopulate the planet for so fucking long. And all of a sudden he fucking just stepping down. You know, you if anybody got a bunker, you know that motherfucker do. You know what I'm saying? Like some real bad shit about to happen, man. Like, I mean, I know people don't want to believe it. They talking about just fear porn. That shit ain't fear. It's not fear porn though. Like if you can't see, you got gun sales that went up like a motherfucker. Come on, and then like I said, if you follow any of these other countries like China, they was showing that shit on YouTube, man. People was just screaming. You don't know what the fuck going on. You don't know if people were getting raped, killed, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, the Lord is a king of terrors. He could take you, like they was saying, the one UFC fighter, his sister was fucking quarantined and she had the COVID and died. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a, you know what I mean? Like a get back, like the Lord avoid judgment. How you, and I said somebody's gonna go through some shit like that. Lord, put your dumb ass in a fucking room while you quarantine while the motherfucker, somebody in that bitch got that shit. You gotta watch them die and worry about if you gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like, that's cold. The Lord cold like that, you know what I'm saying? That's a little demonic ass apartment, man. Salakia. Verse 7, that the trial of your faith being more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So at the end of the day, you know, because we all gonna get tried and tested. Book of Revelations told you that. That's why you don't want to be holding on to any spiritual leaven. So I ain't mean to make this that long, but Lord willing, that was an edifying video. Lord willing, you get something out of it, because like I said, brothers, we coming into some serious time, and you know what I'm saying. Don't give up your crown for no one. You know what I mean. At the end of the day, look at Job. You know what I mean. Like, and I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. But at the same time, if I could do it, I mean, we all capable of doing it. Some brothers is easier for than others, but don't give up your crown for nobody. Look at Job. Job lost everything, got everything back. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Call halal Allah Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, risking the lives of freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwati and Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. Lord willing, I'm able to do another video if that's the Lord's will. But Lord willing, this is it. You know what I mean? They lock this shit down and start like basically trying to implement that chip. So with that, shalom, shalom, salakia. And with that, shalom, and a Bible ball.